are smack dab in the middle of Rocky Mountain Race Week, and today I'm coming back with a vengeance. I have a mission, and that is to go fast. We've dialed in an 11:43 in the Uglytruck. It's my 5,000-pound turbo big block Silverado that we're cruising in right now. I was able to do one 11:43 way back in Tulsa. Since then, I've had traction problems. I haven't been able to get off the line. But one way or another today, we're going to try to get close to that number. But first, we got about 500 miles of driving to do. We're on a convoy with a crew from Colorado Springs, and we are going from Odessa, Missouri, down to Noble, Oklahoma, where we're going to go to Thunder Valley Raceway, and we're going to do some drag racing. But it is about to rain. Like I said, about 500-ish miles to do, so let's get those miles knocked out. So our drive day is turning out to be a little bit of a soggy one. Pretty much as soon as we left this morning, it started raining a little bit, and then it started raining a lot of bit, and it hasn't stopped. The only bad thing is I got wipers, that's working great, but the inside of the window's fogging up a little bit. I got a fan, but that's about it. There's no heat or nothing like that, because I decided in my infinite wisdom that we should delete the heater last go around, or at least the hot water going to it. Not a smart idea, was it, Eddie? No. But that's all right. Could be worse. Could be on a motorcycle. Not entirely sure where we're at right now, but it looks like we might be driving into some kind of crazy storm. Maybe we'll see a tornado today. Who knows? It's gotten way dark in the last little bit. It's not even noon time, so here we go. What an adventure. Several hours later, we have made it to checkpoint number 1 and the only checkpoint for the day, Mel Hambleton Ford. No idea what town we're in. This is a massive Ford dealer though. Probably because Fords keep breaking down, they need to buy new ones. All right, so it's really, really windy. Feels like it might be a tornado, but I want to show you guys this. This is the weirdest thing. I've never been to a gas station that only has 87, diesel. And there's also a Sunoco across the street down there. I always thought Sunoco's had like really good fuel. Same thing, only 87. So I don't know what town we're in right now, but that's the weirdest thing I've seen all day. We have officially made it to the hotel with 3 miles to spare. That's right, this brand new motor, or well, not brand new, this junkyard motor that we refreshed has almost got 1,000 miles on it, and it's running great. I love it. I gotta pee though, so I'm going to the room. All right, first mechanical issue of the trip, and this one is entirely my fault. When I wired up the fuel pumps in this thing, I never imagined I would be driving 500 miles in one day through a torrential downpour. And so I thought it would be a perfectly acceptable idea to mount the dual relays for the hot wire kit that powers my first and second fuel pump. Well, let me show you where I thought would be a good idea. Right there. So when I went to, it drove fine, actually it drove perfectly fine all the way here. But when I shut it off at the hotel, I checked in and I went to start it up and move it down. It wouldn't prime. I played with the switch a couple of times. I got it to start up. It's weird because every now and then you think of something like, hey, I can remember those relays are right there in not a great spot. And come to find out, that's exactly what happened. So I just need to replace the relay and we'll be back in business. I might even be able to switch 1 for 2, but I bet The second one there for the second pump is still probably smoked, but glad I found it, and it's going to be a simple, inexpensive fix. So I just swapped relay 1 for relay 2, and we're already back on the road, but I do need to get a replacement because this is what controls now the secondary pump. But the weird thing is the other relay was completely sealed, even though they're mounted in the same spot. Relay number 2 was completely dry. This one was filled with water. So there you go. This definitely on my list of like things I need to fix immediately as soon as we get back. But as long as the roads aren't too wet, we'll be fine. I mean, because it's been like that for years. I just have never driven it in rain like we had today. Alrighty, racing day 3. I believe this is technically day 4. I've lost track now. But we're at Thunder Valley in like a dreary, damp, cold day. And the only jacket I brought was my fire jacket, so I'll be wearing that most of the day, it looks like. Although, good cooler weather, hopefully will make for quicker times. So, let's get it. Here we are at Thunder Valley. They're getting the track dried out and prepped up just because it's all kind of damp today. So to try to make this thing work out, I have adjusted the air pressure up a little bit in the tire. If you saw in the last video, it was wrinkling the sidewalls pretty bad on the launch. It's a drag radial tire. As far as I can tell, they're really not supposed to do that. So a little bit extra air pressure maybe will help that. And then maybe to boot, we'll lower the launch as well. Boost pressure wise, we'll try to leave on about like 3 pounds, which isn't much, but with the suspension setup that we currently have, Caltrax, leaf springs, and adjustable shocks, that seems to be about the most we can leave on. So if we do that, we probably can get our average back down to that 1143 range. Here's the data from the run that we just took. We actually left on less boost than I thought we would need. We left at 115 kPa. In my dial-in run at Tulsa, we left at 121 kPa. So less boost, so I thought that would do it. But it's, I don't know. The truck is so badly mismatched. They didn't get us a mile an hour on my lane for some reason, so no idea how fast. The data log shows about 118, which is kind of what it's been doing, but the mismatch. This truck weighs a little over 5,000 pounds, and if I remember right from my weigh slip, about 35 or 3,600 of that is entirely on the front axle, and back is only about 1,500 pounds. So combine that with a really long wheelbase, we are just having a heck of a time getting this thing to transfer weight and stick on the back tires. So our struggles continue, but one or another, we will get this sorted out. I don't care if I have to take the 8.1 out and put it in a C10. I'm making this 8.1 go fast. All right, guys, I wanted to show you this car. You've probably seen it, 417 Motorsports, but I just wanted to show it to you to give you an example of what I have in mind for my 4-wheel drive drag truck. Like, still stock looking interior, extremely clean, extremely well executed, and obviously a very fast combo, but clean, quality. That's exactly what I'm going for with the drag truck build, the 4-wheel drive one anyway. Have you guys heard the expression, that thing hauls the mail? Well, this thing literally hauls the mail. Also, a couple of you guys that asked about the suspension setup. We do already have Caltrax on there. We also have the Viking double adjustables. We've played with those a little bit. Tires, that's the ET Street R 275 60/15. So maybe the easy fix would just be put a massive, like a 315 or like a 29 1050 or just a much bigger slick. I think that would probably help, but I believe there's still some fundamental mismatch issues about this truck, mainly the weight imbalance. So since we have nothing to lose, we're going to try something here. We're going to pop this end link off the sway bar just to kind of relieve some of the tension side to side. Hopefully that'll help the weight transfer. I was talking to Brylan earlier. This is a recommended solution. So we made a couple of changes, pulled the end link off, added a little ballast. We'll see if it makes a difference. All right, guys, bad news, but I'm really excited about the bad news. Bad news is we broke out of our dial-in of 1140 whatever, but I am pleased with it because the few little changes that we made, for some reason, seem to have worked. We got a, the right way up, best 60 foot ever, 159. Oops, 159, and again, extended cab, full-size truck with 3,600 pounds on the front axle, only 15-ish on the rear. 117, that's been pretty consistent, 117 to 18. That's too quick. I can't turn this one in, but I don't care. I'll just turn in my slower time slip from this morning. I'm not going to win anything anyway. There's a couple guys in this class who are like 0, 0, 0 apart from the multiple tracks bracket racers, but like I feel a little bit vindicated. It may be the luck of the draw, but we did it. I'm happy. So at the end of every day when we turn in our time slip, we get sheets that sort of look like this. That is our route. So we're leaving Noble, Oklahoma, taking all these steps. We have to check in at that place. And then at the end of the day, we wind up there. So we got some driving to do. Guys, I appreciate you watching as always. I got some miles to knock out. We're headed down to Ennis, Texas next, and we got a little bit more racing to do down there. Hopefully it's not too warm. Can't disappoint you though, because Texas is the home of the pickup truck, and I got to represent. But I'm happy. I'm happy, guys. I know the other day I was pretty frustrated with how the truck was performing, which I know I can't complain, because at the end of the day, we've got a full-size extended cab, 11-second truck that only takes 10 pounds of boost to do that. So I'm very happy with how the truck is performing. And I think the reason why I get so frustrated is because it's not, I don't see it as a failure of the truck. Like if it doesn't launch right, it's a failure for me, because I've spent so much time building this truck and I expect it to perform. And when it doesn't perform, that's a failure on my part. I hate failing. So racing is definitely an emotional roller coaster, but at the end of the day, it's extremely fun. If you haven't done a drag and drive, I highly recommend it. It's a blast. So we're gonna knock some more miles out, guys, and I'll update for you guys. Made it to the hotel, no problem. Got the miles knocked out. Got the checkpoints taken care of. Pretty uneventful drive. It's funny, you guys, a lot in the comments have mentioned, oh, you look tired, LT. And even a few people in person at the track have said the same thing. And well, you're not wrong. I am tired because right now it's 9:50 at night on Wednesday. I told you I'm trying to do daily updates or daily uploads for the race. And now I have to get today's upload edited, or rather it'll be tomorrow for me, today for you guys, the one that you just watched. And then we'll do the same thing the next day and the next day until race week is done. So that's what I signed up for. So if I look tired, sorry, but I am a little tired.